Builds with Blocks.
Welcome to Builds with Blocks, a show centered around the micro action figures and brick-based construction sets of the Halo universe. I'm your host, Matt Salvatore, and I am joined by Colin Perkins.
What's up, guys? Happy 2022!
Woo! And Tom Fishenden.
There won't be a Mega Construx if we don't stop the Banished.
You're not wrong.
Oh, boy.
Happy 2022!
All right, so on Builds with Blocks, we have done quite a few ranking episodes. We've ranked previous Halo games like Halo 5, 4, Reach, and the OG Halo trilogy. Now it comes to the infinite of it all. We are going to rank the top 10 best Halo Infinite sets on this episode.
So far.
We will have... Yeah, so far, exactly. We obviously, hopefully Mega makes more. Please, Mega, make more. And so we'll rank the top 10 best, and then we will have a definite winner. All right. Before we get on to that, though, we want to talk about what we've done on the block front. So, Tom, I'll start with you. How's Halo been going?
It's been going, I think it's been going. I gotta be honest, I've sort of waned off of playing as much Infinite now. I was playing a bit for the Tenrai event, but that's kind of been it. On the block front, I'm more building Lego at the moment. So I got the the Spider-Man No Way Home sets.
Oh, really? They're out? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I got the Sanctum Sanctorum Workshop, and then the set that was based off of Far From Home with the new version of Mysterio as well. And I'm eyeing up spending £300 on the Bugle. On the Halo front, I do want to pick more stuff up. I do think it's fair to say that the availability of stuff has been a bit hit or miss recently. So I know the new Banshee, for example, that has popped up on Amazon as a pre-order, but it keeps popping up and disappearing.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that things are a little bit more consistent.
Isn't that just like the normal, like the spring wave is like ready and it's not fully in the market yet? I feel like that always happens this time of year, right?
I feel like usually the pre-orders are just up there for you to pre-order, and then it gets fulfilled when it's in stock. Yeah.
From Amazon?
Yeah, from Amazon.
Oh, I don't think I've ever pre-ordered anything besides the 20th anniversary pack.
You're not doing it right, Colin. You're not getting in there early.
Have I?
There's usually...
Because then it disappears, right? Because then you pre-order it and then it says unavailable. Like
yeah.
Pre-orders.
So what that will do, it should be up for pre-order for a period of time. So say, for example, the Chopper was this time last year, and then
maybe you're right. Yeah,
even if the listing disappears, it will just stay open. So on your order page, it will still be open for you to get it. So I'm just hoping that kind of stuff levels out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Mainly because I'm not sure if we're going to get the spring wave in the UK. So I'd like to at least be able to import it. But that's
I'm less
really.
like stressed out about that because I figure it's all going to be on shelf as long as there's no Amazon exclusives.
Right.
But you know a couple Americans that'll help you out if you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. We're nice like that. All right, Colin. True statement. All right, Colin, what have you been doing on the Halo/block front?
Yeah, so we're recording this beginning of January, so this probably won't record till this probably won't publish until the end of January. But the beginning of January, it ended up coming down with the sickness, so I've been quarantined or actually isolated in my basement. But it's given me a chance to, and it hasn't been that bad. Like it wasn't great. Exactly, but totally manageable. So hopefully everybody else is staying healthy, and if they're getting it, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah.
So I've been going through my closet. I feel like I always talk about going through my closets. This time, this closet behind me used to have a bunch of stuff in it, and now it has nothing in it. So I got the mandate to say this closet needs to be empty. So now it is empty from at least all my stuff. I still have some storage up there, and then I have another spot. So anyway, I've been taking apart a bunch of stuff, and I've decided to sell some stuff that not mega, well, a couple mega things, mostly like Halo Heroes and stuff like that I already have like 5 of. So I'm gonna put a couple of those to spread the love. But I picked up a bunch of Lego sets that I was gonna give to the boys for Christmas, and I ended up having like too many, and I'm like, you know what, we can move these on. So so I've been cleaning up, so I'm feeling good about that. That's just a little less stress. I still have a bunch of like what I call punt boxes. It's just boxes of built sets that I just like shove a bunch of them in there. And I'm like, I'm going to take these apart a different day, not today. So I still have some of those tucked away. But I actually ended up deciding to pick up all the Hot Wheels stuff because I got the Hot Wheels monster trucks for my boys, one of each for Christmas, and they seemed to really enjoy it. I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll just pick up the rest of the cars, and then so like the little cars that are $10, and then I picked up 2 of the bigger sets, like the kind of the more model kits type sets, and then my plan is just to buy the other 2 and put them together over time here and put them on the shelf. So I think they do a really good job with the Hot Wheels scale. I think it's bigger. I think I've read some of the criticisms online is like people were expecting it to be like the Hot Wheels scale, like the smaller little car scale, but that would have been, I feel like, really hard to make something buildable without it making it too basic. So it's obviously bigger, but it's fun, right? And they don't go on the tracks, but you know what, you don't need tracks for something that's big anyway. So we'll see what happens with that Hot Wheels line. I'm interested to see if that continues to go into 2022 or not. One thing I did want to call out as I was going through my closets, I've talked about the Technician. I found one of my Technicians. I found the white one too. He's tucked away for now, but I had 2.
That's the countdown version.
Yeah, I had 2 countdowns. Well, I had 2 partial countdowns, and I ended up having enough to build 1 countdown and then a bunch of extra pieces. So I actually have 2 of these little guys and then a white one. But these guys are amazing. I love them. So,
yeah, we need more of those.
Absolutely.
I just want a Technician platoon pack.
Mm-hmm. Just like regular
rebuild
guys,
the
right?
Infinity, one Technician at a time.
Nice. Ooh, we might need them, actually. We might need them all.
Rebuild Spartan Griffin, right?
Too soon. That's too soon. All right, I'm going to go really, really briefly. So, I actually have picked up quite a few Mega Construx sets. So, this Christmas, Santa came, brought me my 20th anniversary set. So, I got it. So, I have all those guys. I really like it. I don't think I've ever been as excited to like open a box and get all the figures out. So I kind of just like,
right.
but it's really nice. Love all the figures in there. Urtos is my favorite. Like I thought.
Isn't he good and clean?
Yep. Yeah. And Jerome, they did an amazing job with. So I really like that. And then I was able to get
very nice
our Garrison pack. I was
Bassus
able to
pack.
get 2. Yep, the Bassus pack. Yeah, it's Bassus and Friends. So, by the time you've watched this, there will be a review of this on the channel. But I really like it. A lot of cool little bits of it, and you can hear my full thoughts when we hit the show. I also did pick up another Razorback and another Wasp because...
Nice.
Yeah.
You have 2 now, so you have both of the hunters?
Yes, exact. That was
when we were talking to Brickman, he said he wasn't happy with the hunter. Have you kind of studied the hunter and compared him to the other newer versions?
I personally prefer the Pelican Inbound hunter to the Wasp one, just on a design look.
But it is fun to see those guys in Infinite, right? Like when you encounter those color schemes in Infinite, like I have that one. I'm gonna put him right next to me while I kill him in the game.
We'll get killed by him.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a couple of chances. Those hunters in Infinite are no joke. They're no joke. But so I was able to do that, and I built a giant Mega Mock. That's probably gonna go up soon. I really think building something after you've played Infinite has given me it's crafted a more unique perspective about how the mock is designed. So I think it's been, and on Halo I have started a new campaign, and this time taken the take my time approach, and I find it being a more enriching playthrough.
Okay.
Then when I first played it, I wanted to know the story, and now that I know the story and know where it's going, it's nice to kind of take the moments within the game and kind of experience all the little things that they have in store for you. So I appreciate that. So having even a more appreciation for the campaign. But so yeah, I've been. I
have a question on that. So I'm going to start my playthrough for Mission Debrief pretty soon.
Yep.
Were you able to reset all the audio logs in your fresh playthrough? So because you're going through and you've collected some audio logs that are out in the world, but when you start another one, because I went back and did a heroic playthrough recently, and the ones that I had gotten from the previous playthrough weren't there. They weren't beeping. I couldn't collect them again. They were already in my inventory.
Exactly. Yeah. They I think one time I walked up on an Esherim or a Banish log, and you could see it there.
Right.
But it was like the light had gone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you had already collected it. So yeah, no beeping, none of that. But I was able to actually, on this playthrough, I was able to collect a lot more because I feel like when I first played, I was in such like, oh wow, taking it all in. But by the time that I've gotten here, like I know how to play the game, and it makes it more enriching that like, oh, I collect this, I go here, I take this out. You know, like sometimes I drive by in the campaign, I drive by a beeping audio log and I go, I'd get it later. And, you know, and so now I'm like, oh, I'll stop and I'll get it.
Right. That's cool.
It's just nice. Yeah. But yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to reset those if it's possible. I don't know if I can. Just for my Mission Debrief playthrough. But anyway, let's talk about it. Megan.
All right. So we are going to rank these sets. So, Colin, why don't you go first and pick your first Halo Infinite set?
Let's just go. Let's get it out of the way because I don't want Tom to take it. We'll pick the Pelican Inbound.
I wasn't going to take it, but okay.
Oh, Tom doesn't like it.
You think the Pelican Inbound belongs in the top 10? Interesting. All right, Tom, what are you thinking?
UNSC Marine Gear Pack.
That's a
and
good
if you
one.
fight me on it, I'll hurt you.
I am going to go Warthog Rally.
Yeah?
Warthog Rally. Yeah, got to go Warthog Rally.
Yeah, that needs to be in the conversation.
All right. Let's see here. So what we've done in the past is we've just nominated and then we go around the horn after the fact, right? And then we kind of talk about the set.
Yeah, and then we verse each other off.
Right.
Oh, I'm not mentally ready for this today.
Yeah.
I want to pick. Can I do this? I'll do this because I did the review on it. I'll pick the Needler. It says Halo Infinite on it on the little nameplate, so it counts as an Infinite set. And it's pretty rad. Yeah. So I'm gonna say
Forerunner ring installation, I would also say, kind of counts too.
All those buildables, they all say Halo Infinite on it. So
yeah. Oh yeah, like the Chief helmet.
Okay.
All right, Tom.
Just because I want to see your reaction, I'm gonna go with Skiff Intercept.
It's a cool set.
I fully agree.
Not in the game.
It's such a cool set. I want it in the game.
Right.
Platoon pack.
Yeah.
Platoon pack's very good.
Solid choice.
All right, so it's back to me. Another one. So, question. I have a question. So, in our list, which I don't know if people can see or not, you have the groupings of like the Halo Heroes Series 13. So, if we nominate that, would it just be the whole group of people as the set, or is it the individual heroes? Because we have Halo Heroes 13 and 14; those are both and 12; those are all Infinite based, and then all the 3 blind bags. And those, I feel like those should be grouped together, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I was actually kind of going with that when I did this. The list was that we would nominate the series, and we'd get all the figures within it.
Okay.
My opinion would also be if you want to fight for one, you gotta fight for all of them.
Yeah.
What is that gun?
It's a prop from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nice. Okay, well, so I'm gonna throw one out there because I recently, as I said, I've been going through my stuff. I've been looking at like all the figures that I've had from different groups. I think Series 1 blind bags is the best one because and I can argue that separately, but I'm gonna put that one.
It's because of that Pelican build, isn't it?
It's not. I mean, I like it, but
I'm gonna take things back with the Razorback.
Oh, there we go.
okay.
Nice. I think that definitely has to be in there. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm. Is
So,
that Garrison pack gonna make it for you? I mean, I don't have my hands on it yet. It's supposed to come today.
Think about the Marine.
Oh gosh. Thomas the Destroyers of all things beautiful. Let's see. Yeah. I'm torn. I am really torn here. I think I'm gonna go Chopper Takedown. I think Eshram pulls that ship quite along, that vehicle. Yeah, Chopper's Takedown.
I think so. I think that's the way to go. Okay, so it's up to me.
This is our last one, isn't it?
This is the last one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really do like the design of the Wasp. And it does have that turret. I gotta go Wasp. Let's go Wasp.
Yep, that's the correct answer.
Done.
That stung because I was gonna take it.
Oh,
You're good, Tom. You're good.
Oh, bloody hell, there's so much pressure now. Defense Point Showdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I like it.
It's not my job to argue it yet, Colin. We'll come to that.
It's got its drawbacks. It's got its positives.
It's just so hard when we talked with the Brick Man.
I
We've
know.
seen this massive thing, and then in one of his videos, he just like plops the little one on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, this is how big this is. I mean, again, it's a cool set and it's got great pieces, but puts it all in perspective.
Okay. So I'm the last one, huh?
All the pressure is on you. That building box is out there. The Banshee, quarter ring.
You got the Wasp.
Lots of character packs.
You know,
Sword.
Chief, Brute Warrior.
I am gonna go. Well, I think it really speaks to the cool of this kind of go around is that we've picked a lot of figure packs.
Yeah.
And I don't think we've ever had.
We've got
that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with another group of figures.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with Halo Heroes Series 13.
Yeah, that's a strong choice.
It's got the Warlord. It's got the Elite Warlord.
Yeah.
And the Chieftain.
Yeah, it's got the Chieftain. It's got the Trailblazer. You got
That's
Chief.
good. Very good.
Yep, I think that's definitely. All right, let's see just really quick if we really kind of missed anything. The Banshee. None of us have ever been really too super strong on that one. Chief doesn't.
One thing I will say just on the vehicles broadly, and especially with that Banshee, is Mega really nailed the way they look compared to their in-game counterparts this time around.
Yep.
Like, that wing design is spot on to how it looks in the game.
Yep, I agree. I would say the most accurate would probably be the Wasp.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the sets that we've got, so the Wasp is probably something. So that would be something to keep in the pro category. All right.
Yeah.
We have our 12.
So what didn't make the list? Do you want to talk about that?
That's a good question. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Interestingly, your new Garrison pack didn't make the list, Matt.
Yeah. Here's and I said this in my review, which you all have heard by now, but as a Garrison pack, as a banished Garrison pack, it was kind of disappointing that we got 2 UNSC forces figures in it. Also, the turret is a UNSC turret. It's a grenade launcher. So, like, it would have made more sense if we had maybe a banished... And honestly, we kind of should have had a banished audio log in there.
Yeah.
Good call.
And there was I think the problem is that the platoon pack was just so great, and this one it's close. It really is. It's a great set. I mean, Bassus is awesome. He really is. He's Bassus now, and all the figures are. It's just except for maybe we'll talk. I talked about it too, and Tom and I are in agreement on this. The Marine, he has, he obviously has the face covering, and he's got the goggles and the helmet, but there's this little bit where the goggles don't meet the mask, so you have this gap, and that's all you can see now. It just stares at you.
It's not fully COVID secure.
Yeah.
It's not.
It just
not
it
what
just
you
looks
need.
it. Yeah, exactly. It's not approved. It just, I mean,
I've ruined that figure for you,
he's
Matt.
ruined
I'm
it.
so
I know.
sorry.
I was like, oh, Tom, look how great this is, and he's like, but, and I'm like, oh no. But anyway, so a couple little drawbacks. I think the platoon pack is just better. I think had the set included a banished audio log, I think it might have.
Well, and then it's a good point. Like, why didn't they include just all banished?
Right.
That was an interesting decision when they were happy to give us all Marines, but they left 2 slots, right?
Right, and I think in the Marines you could have put a. You're gonna have to say the name. I always butcher it. The Jackal variant, the hairy jackals.
Oh, Skirmisher.
Yeah, Skirmisher, right, and then maybe a Skimmer. And I think that
Skimmer
would have made
been cool.
That would have been a banished garrison right there.
Right.
Yep.
Totally agree.
You would have had all factions represented.
What else did we leave off?
Okay, let's see. Let me pull back up the list.
We left off the initial Heroes wave, which is quite interesting, because I thought there were some good figures in there.
There really was.
Yeah, I really like the Mark 7 we got in that wave. I think that's
the red
cool.
arm.
I think, the Ultra's a really nice figure. That was the first time we got that mold. The Brute Warrior, I think, is really nice in the actual traditional Banished colour scheme, because it's kind of like the Halo Wars 2 colour scheme on a Halo Infinite Brute. And then the Marine Sniper, she's sexy. She a good figure. That camo paint just...
Well, that's the one that you always find, though. If you still find a box, you can still find a sniper. And they're right there. It's interesting. I mean, but from a collector standpoint, it's a good figure.
Maybe I need to go on a hunting adventure.
Some honorable things that I'm surprised we didn't pick the Gun Goose.
Yeah.
It's got a nice Jackal sniper, and it's hard because
sleeves.
Yeah.
Well, no sleeves. And
everyone drank.
Drink.
Yeah. All right. We also didn't pick any of the helmets.
No helmets. The helmets are cool, and the figures are nice in it, but it's just a little. I don't know. I guess I'd rather the figure packs that we picked are like there are more figures, right? So just there's a larger breadth there. I do like the helmets. They're not bad.
I think they're
exactly.
cool. They're cool like offerings, but the builds aren't really that substantive. Yeah, so you wouldn't like use it with anything else, whereas with the other things you kind of can.
And there's just not a ton of accessories. There's some accessories, but not a ton.
Recon Getaway didn't make it on the list.
Solid. You get 4 figures for $10.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's one of the best army builders they've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think only drawback I'll have is that it was the tall Marines when it first came out, so it was something that I'm like, I don't want to get too many of these because of that. Building box didn't make it.
Forward operating base box.
Yep, that's what they should have called it, fob box.
Mm-hmm.
Turret Takedown, which is that Dollar General exclusive red turret, that didn't make it.
It's not surprising.
Chief versus Brute Warrior.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's a lot of accessories.
It's got some cool weapons,
Yeah.
The only painted sidekick we've got.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that pre-redesigned sidekick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we did not grab the UNSC combat units, and there was 2 of those.
There was.
Those are also hard to find.
Yeah, I never saw them, and to be honest, I never even ever saw the Marine gear pack.
Gear pack was on Amazon, I believe.
Yeah. So if you remember, the combat units had 2 Marines and an orange Spartan, and then there was the Converse that I think came with like a red Elite and maybe a Jackal and a Grunt.
It was a red Elite, a red Jackal, and the same Brute that comes in the Hijack Ghost. That is a really nice set, though, actually, because that comes with the Covenant turret that's got their press shooting turret, and that's only ever been in the Requiem Lance set, and that's the only other time it's released.
So that turret should have shown up in the Garrison pack.
That would have been cool.
Yep, that would have been cool. Tom already mentioned Halo Heroes Series 12. Shout out to that Brute Warrior. Probably still the best Brute Warrior we've got. Hijack Ghost.
Yeah.
Didn't make it. We've all talked about the Ghost. Yeah, you know, it's good for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you mention the Spartan armor pack? That's the one with the yellow Spartans.
Oh, I did not. That would be in
That's got a ton of good accessories. But
UNSC Spartan, and it's got that awesome banished box. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly.
Spartan armor pack. Yep, that was good. I had that right there. When we have the Halo Infinite Blind Bag Series 2, which
and
had the
3.
Darker Ultra. Yeah, 2 and 3. Yeah, that had the Phantom build, the 2.
So I was
The
going
3 had the
through,
buildable
I've been going
Wasp.
through all my stuff, and I found, and one of the reasons I nominated Blind Bag 1, and again, we'll talk about it later, is, you know how you just pick up blind bags, you're like, oh, I'm going to grab these, right? And then I was going through my stuff, and I had this giant pile of Series 1 blind bags, and then it kind of tapers off from there. It's like, I have a whole lot of Series 1, a decent amount of Series 2, and not many Series 3. So I think some of that is probably my appeal of like kind of tapered off from the mixture that was in there. But I think, and I didn't go look at the numbers, I think I grabbed a ton of Marines. That's why I grabbed so many from Series 1. But again, those are all Marines.
Series 1, let me just compare it really quick. I just want to see.
Some of it is the colors too. I feel like Series 3 didn't have great colors. Or
I feel like
army buildable colors, I guess.
Series 1, though, felt like a very base level Infinite Army build type feel to it. Whereas, you know, like the pilot, the hologram was cool because, like, if you ever wanted to do like a really cool Star Wars where they're all wings reporting in and they're all like standing around and like you had like a cool little briefing area and some were just reporting in from out, that would be so cool to have.
Yep.
The Marine's cool. And I really like the Grunt Imperial.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
really cool
a solid, cool to have. Honorable
and
mentions,
the no
though.
knee pad paint Marine, right?
Oh, that's the drawback. That's right. Even the technician has knee pads. Look at them. Look at him.
That poor Marine is going to feel self-conscious about itself. No knee pads.
He's just got tough knees.
All right. So we have a list.
Yeah.
All right. I think now we need to commence with the pulling out the knives.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
interested.
Why don't we really quick go around and think about? We'll just say which one do you think deserves to be kicked off? Colin, of all that we've picked, which one would you say gets the boot right off the bat?
Oh man.
That way we'll just cut to the chase.
I think Defense Point Showdown.
Ooh, interesting. Defense Point Showdown. I can't say that I agree.
Okay.
But I can see where you're coming from. Tom, what do you think should be kicked?
I'm just looking through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6, 7, 8. I think, and this isn't just because you chose it, Colin. Halo Infinite Blind Bag Series 1.
Okay. No knee pads. It's a big mark. Knee pads are worth a lot of points.
Those knee pads.
Tom's eyes.
So
I'm actually sad that there's no hockey pads.
So we have to kick off 2. That's intense.
I feel like, can we do that right away? Let's have some conversations about the other sets before you just start kicking them off.
That's true. We can start comparing them. I think I would say, if you want to talk about like maybe like what should be up near the top of the list.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, I think we can all agree Pelican Inbound should be in the top 3.
It's going to be hard to not, be at the top.
Yeah. I would also say that Warthog Rally, due to its new suspension system, it should be somewhere near the top.
Yep. Platoon
So what
Pack
other ones
2.
would?
Platoon Pack. dope.
Platoon pack really should be somewhere. I mean, it's
Yeah.
got an audio log, people.
I know. They snuck it in there. We didn't even know.
We're like, what's this cool little data pack?
Right, exactly.
I'd say Razorback should be up near the top as well.
You were hating on that before, though. Like the way that
It's
you didn't
grown
think
on me.
it looked.
I mean, I got 2, so I flipping love it.
Yeah.
Wasp should
I
be
love that
up near the
vehicle.
top because
I-
of the turret alone.
The Wasp is so
I
game accurate,
disagree
too.
with that.
Okay.
I think it has a major design flaw.
It's that gap. You always got to point out the gaps, and that's all I can see. It's like, this is great,
Tom
but
hates
it's
the
got
gap.
a gap. Let's see.
I'm
How
going to
ba-
start introducing myself as the Mega Construx connoisseur.
The connoisseur.
Yeah. Can you deal with the
Like,
gap?
can you just bring it a bit closer
It looks
to
so
camera
good, though.
and turn it around a little bit so we can see
Yeah,
cockpit
there's a gap.
forwards?
I can see it.
Oh!
It does hurt. It really does. I mean,
I
everything
think
else
it's a
about
nice
it's so
set, and I
beautiful.
think that at that scale it would have been very challenging to find a way to do that without the gap. So I totally understand why it's there. It was just something that I did notice the first time I built it.
But this isn't like a space vehicle, though. So, like, it wouldn't. Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's
obviously,
probably hot in there. He needs a little ventilation, right?
it's like wind propelled here. So, like, you're not gonna find much of that in
He can
space.
stick his
but,
hands out, those fingers, cool himself off.
but like,
Do you reckon actually in game, if you hit it where the gaps are on the Mega Construx model, you get an insta kill?
just sniper the person out of it, like the original CE Scorpion tank.
That's right. Let's look through this again. So we've
Okay,
got
so
Chopper
Tom
Takedown,
isn't that hot on the
Junior
Wasp,
Bad.
and Colin isn't that hot on Defense Point Showdown.
Yeah.
Oh, these are some hot takes.
I mean, there's a lot of things to like about Defense Point Showdown, but
All right, I'm not to be mean, Tom, and I do kind of agree with your opinion on the blind bag. I like it. I don't know if I mean, it certainly deserves to be in the top 12. I don't know if it deserves to be in the top 10. But
Yeah.
I'll also go knocking on your Marine gear pack door because I still think Platoon pack did it
Get
better.
out.
I think
Get
it
out.
did it better. Yep. I
That
think it did it
platoon
better.
pack is the only way to get a normal UNSC pilot in the Infinite style, and it's the only way to get white Marine armor that resembles Halo Reach Army Troopers.
Yeah, but the Platoon pack gave us a data pad.
It did, but okay, hear me out
and
here,
shorter
Matt.
legs.
Hear me out
That's
here.
that. Yep.
Combine a couple of the UNSC gear pack with the platoon pack. What do you get? Infinite awesomeness.
Yeah, I mean it's a good combo. They certainly
Yeah.
go well together. Peanut butter and jelly for sure.
Oh boy,
Exactly.
I'm hungry.
But
time's up.
oh man, I thought this was gonna be easy.
Well, so are you moving? Let's start like ranking stuff. Are you moving things around on the list so we can like get things on?
So as of right now, we have hovering at the top 3. We have the Warthog Rally, we have Pelican, and we have Platoon Pack. And then I'd say somewhere 4 and 5 is where Razorback and Wasp are right now.
Okay. So let's
So
talk about
that's
the
what we kinda
Needler.
remember.
So I think I'm the only one that built the Needler.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Needler is a cool model, and I at least wanted to mention it because I do think it is the best of the models. The ring installation is cool. It's a little, little ring, little section of the ring, but it's small and not like how people did the whole ring. I haven't done the whole ring because it's not like scaled, like the angle isn't scaled very well. I'm just happy with a little section of it. Again, it's a cool shelf piece. I do like the Master Chief helmet. That was also cool to build, but it's also, it's a smaller piece. Again, that doesn't necessarily disqualify it. But the Needler itself is like, it's big, it's beefy, it is a cool construction. I like the colors. I would say the knock against it being one of the best Infinite sets is it's not the Infinite Needler. So it represents what a Needler looks like in the Halo universe, but it's not that specific model.
How
So,
much does it retail for?
60.
It was $41 for a bit. It was on sale.
Yep.
I'm not a big shelf piece guy, hence my dislike for Forward Unto Dawn.
I'm just letting it slide.
I mean, I'm okay with the Needler either falling off the list or at least being 10.
I thought you were about to say you're alright with it falling off the shelf.
No, please. Things would be all over the place.
Okay, so like,
terrible.
I don't have the Needler, but the review that you did and the pictures, it really is probably one of the best shelf pieces. I mean, like, I think it's much, much better than the sword. It looks sturdy. It looks well designed. It actually feels like something you want to carry. Whereas I feel like the sword, if you whacked it over your friend's head, which I don't recommend you do.
What
But you
friends
can-
have
you
got
can
that
swing
you're
the
doing
sword.
that to, Matt?
What?
Just running up to people like, poof!
Take that. So yeah, I'd say it's probably one of the best. But like I said, my bias is I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I do like having them on the shelf. I do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you want to like connect it with the other sets, it's a little more difficult.
I'm going to be brutal on it now I know it's $60 because I didn't realise it was that. At that kind of price point, if I'm looking for something that's more of a display piece, I'll just pay the extra money for the Nerf one that has the light up stand. So it then sits on the stand and you've got the needles lighting up. If I'm going for a shelf piece, I just go for that.
I mean, it's a good value per part, so it's like 900 and some pieces for $60, and then 40 when it's on sale. So actually, like, the value is there as a 3-dimensional puzzle, right? Like, it's something that's fun to build. But then after that, it does just more or less sit on the shelf from there.
Does the Nerf one light up only when it's in the stand?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, see, that's kind of disappointing. It should light up all the time.
Yeah, but the Nerf one also shoots.
That's true. That's true.
Where
But
does
you
it-
can't build that.
You can take the battery compartment on and off.
It has a battery compartment, but it doesn't light up when
Well,
you're
it's a like motor inside it, so it might light up when you're shooting it. Actually, I don't know
okay.
fully yet. I need to look at it.
So let's just keep that at the bottom. Like, so Series 1 is at the bottom, Needler's at the bottom. Where do you guys put the chopper takedown? Is that, how high up the list is that?
I mean, for me, it doesn't help that I hate the chopper in game because that kind of
You don't like to drive it, you mean?
I've barely used it in the game.
Well,
I
tell
think
it why does it not work for you in game? Like, is it too turny?
it's very clunky. Yeah. But with that said, I think that's a really beautiful build, and I think they did a nice job with the printed pieces. You got Fred and Escheron, which was really cool. So I think there's value in that in terms of the fact that it has the main villain of the game. And it is quite a nice build, and it is a banished vehicle.
It's
Where
not
does it
really
live for
army
you?
building. It's not really
Yeah.
army buildable, which is, and I guess the conversation that we could have about it is like, would you rather have Mega put no name characters in sets and then have the heroes line devoted to name characters so that you could actually have just army building without essentially having like 6 Eshrams?
Yep.
I
That is a
prefer
drawback
that,
because they're
yeah.
both names, right? It's like if I buy another chopper, which I did buy 2, I wouldn't mind having another one, but I don't really want to spend the money to get another Fred, and I don't need another Escheram, So it's a really good point. I think it is a drawback.
Yeah. I think if that set was like a brute warrior or a brute captain and a heavy marine or a marine sniper, it would probably have a lot more appeal.
Yep. I would buy a bunch of them. I would buy more,
I
and
think-
I would do the alternate build and all that stuff.
I think when I first got the set, it was so high on my priority because of Eshram and
Yeah.
Shadows of Reach Fred.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back, I mean, I have 2 also. I bought one and it's still in box, so like I don't feel the need to build it. But maybe perhaps if this set, because the chopper is a generic vehicle in the Banished Arsenal, maybe if it was more tailored toward like Hyperious's brute chopper,
Yeah.
and maybe made it a little more unique instead of it being, because like now say they come out with a Hyperia set and it has generic characters, right? Well, then are we gonna army build Hyperius's
right?
Spec'd out? Like, is the whole Banished army gonna have like 8 Hyperius choppers?
Yeah.
And so that's where it gets a little tricky. So,
Yeah.
I'd probably put this behind. I'd maybe like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think so. In Infinite, there is an audio log that talks about Escharon being on a chopper at one point. The Marines say they see him going through on like a convoy, and I just think it would be cool if you had a scene like that in the game. Then you have a set that has him on it, but where you don't see him on it, you kind of get that effect where it's like, oh, you never see this named character around X vehicle. This named character's just put in here to give this that extra appeal. Whereas, like you say, if it was a Hyperius one, it would have a little bit more actual in-game relevance as well, I feel.
Yeah, and not to be like that salty person that I always am, but like Fred being in there, it's.
You mean he wasn't in Infinite?
No, it was a mashup.
Who could have guessed that the toys were taking inspiration?
I know it. But it...
Please don't clip that. Twitter
So,
will kill
yeah,
me.
no, I think it's a good set. It really is. It just... It's the name characters hold it back from being a great army builder. So I think where it is.
So do you put the defense point showdown above that, right?
Above Topper Takedown? All right, I'm honestly pretty happy with Defense Point Showdown. I understand all the drawbacks, and if I were king of the world, I would have made it probably twice as big.
Right.
Or maybe one day Mega will do a signature series with it, and we'll have something more substantial. But I like what we got. Maybe it's not the walk around type that you could actually do in game. So it's certainly not going to win most game accurate. In fact, I'd probably say it's the least game accurate. But I really do like it. I like the figures that come with it. I really do like Sandy Chief.
Sandy Chief, yep.
Yeah.
And you've done some good work.
SpongeBob.
You've done some good work with it in your mocks and in your stop motions. Like you've used it. And it's got a ton of playability as it is.
Right.
So the scale shouldn't bring it down that much.
Right. I would say that's its only drawback. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just
something you can play in, on, and around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Which I think. Mongoose. Yep. Which I think is a good push, but is it better than Takedown? I don't know, Tom. You weren't too keen on Takedown.
I'd rather have Defense Point Showdown than the Chopper Takedown.
Okay,
purely because we don't get structures that often. So anytime we do get structures, even if they're out of scale, it's nice to have like a base to build things around.
Yep. I'm fine. I can concede that. So those are probably close to each other somewhere on the list, but Chopper is a bit below.
So let's say we have the top 3, however they fall: Pelican, Warthog, Platoon Pack. Then we have Razorback. Would you say Defense Point Showdown goes ahead of Wasp or after Wasp?
No,
that's
after
good.
Wasp.
Okay, so Wasp 5. I don't think Defense Point Showdown should hit 6.
You think it should be lower, you mean?
I think it should be back a bit more.
Okay, so then we have Blind Bag Series, which we talked about getting knocked off. Then we have Halo Heroes 13. Is that up there? We haven't talked about that one yet.
That is quite a good assortment.
Yep, that's true. I
So
feel
the
like
Chieftain, the Warlord, the Trailblazer, the Blue Mark 7, and then Master Chief.
So this is essentially fighting for spot number 6, isn't it?
Potentially.
And what's left on the list?
We
got
would
the
have
gear pack, haven't we?
We have the gear pack. We would have the
Needler still somewhere.
The Needler.
The Skiff. We haven't talked about the Skiff either.
Oh yeah.
Skiff 100%. Just because of granted it doesn't appear in the game. Hopefully it will appear in DLC. Although we do get a nice look at a couple of destroyed Skiffs in the game. But I just think this is a really cool troop capacity
build.
vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like the fact that you have so much open space that you can just throw figures in is awesome. Because a lot of the time with troop transports, it's hard to squeeze a lot of figures in. So I have mine with like, I think it's got something like 10 figures on it.
Yeah,
and it just looks awesome.
And the alternate build is probably the best alternate build of them all.
Mm-hmm.
That barrier is awesome.
Yeah.
Cool ass barrier.
So yeah, I'd put that 6. Hands down.
If you were on it looking at a shelf right now, and you had how much is Defense Point Showdown? 50, 60?
60.
Okay, so you had $60. So if you could buy that, and you had all the sets that we talked about, would you grab another skiff? Would you grab another wasp? Would you grab another? Because that's kind of where I'm at, right? And we've talked about the positives and negatives of stuff, of other things. I have 2 skiffs. I built one. I might grab another skiff at this point.
Well, and
I've
think
been thinking about
the
it.
strength of the skiff is it's an army builder.
Right.
Yeah.
Where if you look at the wasp, chief's in it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need
And
another
you
chief.
need-
a really good point.
And that's Tire Track's chief too. Like he looked like he got run over by a warthog.
Right.
Not to make you upset, Matt, but that is the chief I now use as the definitive chief in my collection.
Tire
Nah.
Track.
Definitive chief for me would be either the Pelican Chief, Warthog, or
Dark Chief.
Dark Chief.
Yeah,
from
I had that one
series
for a while
14.
and then swapped it.
14. Yep.
Yeah.
I would say. Well, now let's have that conversation though. Should the skiff overtake the wasp?
Yes, 100%, I'd say.
I mean, the wasp, again, there is a little drawback. Again, we talked about the hunter. I like the hunter. It's not the best hunter they put out. There is a little bit of, like, the plastic seems a little bit different on it, too. I think that was one thing that Brickman brought up when we chatted with him.
In the
but,
hunter
but,
or
but
the
it has
wasp?
the turret. Again, the turret looks dead on accurate, but when I was building my turret, I don't know if other people's have this problem, but you know how the kind of the straps that you put on there, they're paper?
Yeah.
Mine broke.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it is flimsy from that standpoint. Again, it looks game accurate, but playability
That's
isn't
one
the
of the
best.
And they did have those pieces in plastic beforehand, so it felt like a step backwards in terms of build.
Yes.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Quality.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they made that choice to do that instead of the plastic, the hard plastic.
Okay, so let's pro and con it. Wasp. The cons are, it has another chief.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that big gap that Tom doesn't like, and that's all we can see now. It's got the hunter that isn't as good as prior hunters.
Some quality stuff, yeah.
Yeah, some quality. Actually, I think my wasp is, like, quality-wise, feels fine to me. And then we have the skiff, and I don't think we've really leveled any kind of major complaint on
It's
the
just
skiff.
not in game. But that doesn't bother me that much.
But I guess technically you could say it is in game. It's just destroyed.
Yeah, you don't see it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And maybe it will be in the prologue DLC when that comes out, and you'll see how it gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Ooh,
technically,
I like
technically only destroyed infinity exists in Halo Infinite. That paperweight.
Stop it!
What are the figures in that thing? I'm trying to look it up quick.
It's a green Mark 7, a
it's
red
good.
Elite Miner, and 2 Brute Warriors in silver.
Oh, okay. I'll level a complaint about the Brute Warrior figures. Their feet. Their feet didn't allow for them to actually stand on a peg.
Oh.
Oh, they're too small.
Did not expect us to be
Or
No,
talking
they're-
about
like
feet
the-
on this show.
The brute. Way to make it weird, Tom. So you know how, like, with the Sangheili they have that little notch,
Oh. Mhm.
which allows them. This part overlaps into the next stud.
Gotcha.
The brutes went over, and so you can't stand them up, which makes them ultimately useless in stop motion. That's why if you ever see mine, they're just kind of standing there. 'Cause
Don't
they
you
can't
have
walk.
others? Didn't they give us
Yes.
others of that same style, Brute?
So
Yeah.
yeah. So look, if you look at Banish Pack, the brute has the foot corrected.
Oh, okay.
It's new leg mold.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a legit complaint.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I mean, I probably would say the gap in the Wasp is a little bit more of a bigger concern to me than.
I love the Wasp, like the representation of the Wasp. Like, again, we complained early because we thought it was too small, but then we played Infinite. We're like, oh, this is actually perfect. Like, they did a great job representing it.
The Wasp is a perfect playset as well in terms of what you get on both sides.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I had him in my mock right here the whole time. There he is. There's his feet.
But then I like the fact that you can turn the turret on the skiff. Like, that's super rad. And then to Tom's point, you can just load that thing up with a bunch of Banished and cruise on down the street.
It's such a cool looking vehicle as well. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like a lot of the time when you add things to Halo, especially this was Halo 5's problem. I feel some of the additions didn't necessarily feel Halo, but that you look at that and you can sort of think, oh well, maybe the Banished took a Prowler and they developed on it and built it a bit further, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, it's like they said, what if the Prowler needed to carry more people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I also think it is such a brute vehicle. Like, it's like, it doesn't have a lot of weapons, so we're just going to run you over with it. And that's why it's all jagged.
Exactly.
Like, we're just going to run you over. And...
I mean, I think it would be terrifying coming at you, right? Like, that thing just zooming across. I mean, you have a little that and a ghost coming after you and a Banshee from up top. Like,
can you imagine, like, a DLC mission where you're attacking a convoy of them and you have to fight through all the people on one skiff and then jump across to the next one, clear out, like a train style situation?
Shadow Convoy style, just come up alongside them and just kind of...
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to stop this brute general from getting to this location where he gets picked up. Yeah.
Maybe that's how Locke got killed, you know?
He just, no, what happened was he took off his helmet to eat a sandwich and he forgot it, and then Hyperion came picked it up.
That big
Hyperion's
sandwich that's in the game.
Yeah.
Hyperion be like, no one will know I did not kill the Spartan.
There's this audio log of Locke eating a sandwich. Tuna.
Ooh, pickles.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm going to let you guys call this one because I love both, and I can see the...
Let's go around the room. Which one is better? I'll go
right, Tom,
Skiff.
You go Skiff?
I'm going to take the decision away from you, Matt, and go Skiff as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Skiff as well.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Didn't expect that.
I think the army build capabilities of the Skiff, and that's a testament, though. Like, imagine, though, Mega coming with the Skiff, and then 343 being like, well, it's not a drivable vehicle, it's not in game, and it's destroyed. Good luck with that toy. Mm-hmm. And we're over here like, yeah, it's pretty great.
It's rad.
So props to Mega for keeping that on the line.
Yeah.
And I will say it looks really, really cool in their stop motion they released for the Infinite launch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Adventures of Zeta on Zeta.
Yeah.
That does look good. I like how it moves.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we have the top 3 that we've gone. So 4 is the Razorback. 5 is our... Well, that's where we have it right now.
Okay.
4 Razorback, 5... I'm just kind of tiering it so we can kind of verse each other. 4 Razorback, 5 Skiff, 6 Wasp. What are we thinking about 7?
Defense point is then 7, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so we still have Defense Point, we have Chopper Takedown, we have the Halo Heroes line.
Halo Heroes might be above that Defense Point. I don't know. You guys decide. You guys decide that.
It does have the Warlord.
The Warlord, yeah, I think it puts it up.
And it does have the Chieftain.
Yeah.
Yep. It has Eshrom's Bassus's gray brother.
Right.
The brother is still alive.
Right.
Unlike Bassus.
They look good together.
I'm just going to say now, Matt, I'm sorry about all of the spoilers that you're going to have to cut as you're going through.
Oh, no, I'm just going to slap a spoiler tag on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you haven't played the campaign and seen that he dies,
now you know.
Now you know. It was a pretty brutal death.
It's early on too. It's early.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you play all the side quests, then it might be like 13 hours in. Okay. So, what do you think? Heroes
I
line
think
above
move 'em up.
defense point?
I
Okay.
think move them up. But are they better
Yeah.
than the skiff?
No.
I think they are.
I
I think
would,
they deserve to be 5.
I would agree because I think the Warlord and the Chieftain are army build supreme. I mean, yeah, you get another chief, but
It's Chief Mark 7 and Trailblazer as well, wasn't it?
and that Trailblazer
Trailblazer
is
looks nice.
actually nice. I think the
That's the one with the camo, yeah? Yeah, I
Mhm.
could go with that above the skiff as well.
I think the Garrison Trailblazer is actually a nicer color than that, but yeah.
Yeah, the only
Okay.
drawback is the blue Mark 7. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, another chief. But chief, if you need a chief, it's a good chief.
It's a good chief. Yeah. All chiefs are good chiefs.
Chief is chief amongst all figures.
Does it
Anyway,
move above
welcome.
the Razorback, though?
No. You've seen that photo I took of that Razorback packed full of Marines,
Yeah.
okay?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't get better
Yeah.
than that.
That's good.
Plus, the Razorback is the supreme goat of Halo Infinite. So,
Yes.
agree.
We need to keep the casual viewers happy right now.
all right. So, well, okay. So, if we like the Razorback so much, does it deserve to be in the top 3? Does it kick out Platoon Pack?
Put it this way, I would rather have the Razorback than the Warthog. I love the Warthog, but I've got quite a few of them over the past few years, and the Razorback I've wanted a troop transport for ages.
But that's you. That's too personal, I feel like. I think you need to look at it broadly.
I don't know. I think
It's the best Razorback we've gotten. Excuse me.
Yeah,
It
'cause
is
it's
best
the only
Razorback.
one we got, and
It's the
thank
best
you, Colin.
Warthog we've received.
no. I don't think it kicks out the Warthog.
Okay.
I think you want to pair it again. I think, what's so beautiful about all of the Halo Infinite sets is they pair all so well together. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you buy a Platoon Pack, you buy a Razorback, that's a match made in heaven. So, does the Razorback overtake the Platoon Pack?
No.
I think it's
Because
okay
we've
for-
never been able to get that many Marines in one pack.
Yeah.
True. Plus, it's got that audio log.
I think the four is a nice and tidy spot for that one.
Okay. So,
Okay.
we'll keep that there. So, 4's there. 5 is our Halo Heroes.
Series 13.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Halo Heroes. 6, we are back to the Skiff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
7, we have... because we jumped the Skiff with... So 7, does that Defense Point Showdown?
Defense and Wasp we haven't compared yet.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Wasp is 7. I forgot we kicked Wasp back. Wasp 7, 8 Defense Point.
And then the last
We
two
still
we
have-
need to figure out.
We still have the Marine Gear Pack.
I think Marine Gear Pack's here, somewhere in here.
I think it can be 10, but I think it needs to be there. Just because that pilot equipment
Mhm.
alone,
Yeah.
the amount of aerial vehicles we got now that need pilots.
Well, the Platoon Pack... Oh, wait, maybe I did get a Gear Pack. Is that the only set that comes with a red Elite?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I totally spaced. I remember I got 2 of them
Yeah.
because I have pilots now. Yep, you're right. I did have some because I remember sitting one afternoon with a bunch of Platoon packs that I bought in Gear Packs sprawled out, and I was just customizing.
Yeah.
Nice.
There we go. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful pack. I think I imported 3 of them.
Okay, so what if we go Defense Point Showdown 8,
Yeah.
Marine Gear Pack 10. What do you think takes 9?
I think Gear Pack's fine at 9. I don't see why it needs to be
Yeah.
10.
Okay, so what
Okay.
what rounds out the list then? Do we have the
You
Needler?
have Needler, you have Blind Bag Series, and there's one more. Chopper Takedown.
Oh,
So Chopper Takedown's probably there. It's
I-
it's Gear Pack or Chopper Takedown.
I'd put Chopper Takedown at 9, and then I'd do Gear Pack 10.
Yeah.
I'd put the Gear Pack above the Chopper because it is.
I think
the
I
army
would
building
as well.
and all
Yeah.
the little fun stuff.
It is an army builder. It is, and it does
Specifically.
add to the customization.
I should
value.
say I have 6 Marines set up with that white armor, and I set them up sitting across 2 Hornets after I listened to Contact Harvest. So those Marines, I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, so very quickly, let's transition back to the top 3 because we haven't really ironed it out. I have a feeling I know where it's going. Okay, so we have Pelican, Platoon, Warthog. So, Colin, top 3 it. What's your top 3 out of those 3?
And Pelican has to be number 1. It's so good. I think it does. So I do that, and then I do Warthog second for me.
And then Platoon third. Tom?
I'm the same.
I'd have to agree.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, I think that
Are we
falls
feeling
perfectly.
okay?
I mean,
Right,
Gabe's not
it's
here
not
to mess
supposed to
it
do
up, so no, we love you.
But then, of course, if we were to take into account the fact that the Pelican is essentially a signature series set, then it would in fact be behind the Mammoth, right, Matt?
Of course.
I mean, I don't know. I think I like the Pelican more than the Mammoth.
I need to go and lie down.
I think the Pelican. I don't think there's ever been a set that has really just nailed.
Yeah.
So like it hits so well. The build was
Every
great.
angle.
Every angle looks great. You know, the fact that you can open it up, it has like a playability feature, which the Mammoth does too. But I think just because the Pelican is something that has been with you through all of Halo, it just really resonates with me. So Warthog being number 2 feels right. Like the Pelican Warthog combo of being in the top 3, and the Marines. Like, so if you got, and this is just, if you got a Pelican, a Warthog rally, and a platoon pack, you basically have like the greatest.
You're set.
You're set.
You have all that's left of the UNSC.
Right.
I know, isn't that sad?
I mean, you essentially, and then if you throw in the Warthog or the Razorback, you have Halo Infinite. That's Halo Infinite right there. Those 4 packs.
For the UNSC side.
You've just got to eBay some Sentinel beams for that Razorback and you're sorted.
Right.
Wow. All right, so we're going with the list. We have Pelican, Warthog, Platoon Pack, Razorback, Halo Hero Series 13. We have the Skiff, Wasp.
Nope. Defense Point, I think, was above Wasp, wasn't it?
No, Wasp and then Defense.
Okay.
Right, because Wasp, Defense was 8, 9 was our Gear Pack, 10 was Chopper Takedown.
I am happy with that list.
Yep.
That's a good list.
I fully agree.
Yeah.
I think we nailed it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we nailed it. I don't
know
know.
what Gabe thinks.
I think the
Gabe should
possibilities.
I mean, we have more figure packs on this top 10 than I think we've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't quite gotten the breadth of sets yet, right? So a lot of the times we've talked about games where, they came out with sets over the course of 3, 4, 5 years. So we've only had essentially 2 years for Infinite. Like, we'll get more stuff here. But it's also a good time to have this conversation because we are getting a bunch of Halo Universe stuff.
Yep.
So it's going to be a little while before we get more Infinite stuff. So let's
top 10 Halo Universe sets.
Well, maybe we'll get there. But
I think
for now, it's like, okay, here's Infinite for now, and then maybe next year we can have another conversation where we update the list.
Well, and it's nice that we still got, like, we have the Gear Pack, the Garrison Pack, we have the Gun Goose coming. Those are all.
Yeah.
I feel like they, because I feel like the Halo Infinite launch line, well, back when it was still scheduled to launch, then was so strong. Like they came out of the gate swinging, and I feel like the rest of the sets that have come out have really just kind of, fine tuned it.
Yep, totally agree.
Yep.
I think it's going to be really exciting for us moving forwards to see how they balance that, right, as well. Like, are we going to get a lot more Infinite stuff, or is Infinite going to be safer whenever there's a big update to the game, story DLC, that kind of stuff? It's going to be really cool seeing how they sort of map that out and where they choose to focus over the next few years.
Now that the delay's out of the way, now they feel like they can be more planful about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think the addition of Halo Universe has about to give us the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Where we can still go back and grab all the cool, like, I think the 20th anniversary was really nice because we got, Ertos, Ratos.
A lot of people were saying on that as well, right, is Universe, and I don't want to harken on this too much because obviously it's a different topic entirely, but Universe gives them an opportunity to go back and address the figures that were really hard to get. So say Ertas, for example, if that pack's still not widely available next year, if there's any future Halo 2 sets coming, he can just get thrown in them. So it gives them a lot more flexibility to make sure everyone has the chance to get everything.
Ertos is going to be in Halo 2 sets. He's going to have his own Halo Heroes figure. He's coming with a vengeance.
Yeah, I bet he is.
Yeah. I mean, it's strange.
He's hunting that missing mandible, right?
Yeah, right. It's strange that we have more Hyperius figures than we do Ertos.
He'll come.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. That'll do it for the show. Thanks for joining Builds with Blocks. If you like the show, feel free to support Podcast Evolved on Patreon. Until next time, evolved.
Forward unto dawn. I mean evolved.
I'm cutting that.